What's up, y'all? Welcome to Girlopeutic. It's your home of therapeutic girl talk. Okay. Do y'all like our new setup?
Let us know. Let us know. New angle.
Just a little angle switch. You feel me? You know that it's all about the angle.
Okay. Listen. So today, I don't think we're giving any spoilers with this movie, but I'm just gonna say spoiler alert. But I was watching the Jazzman's Blues.
Yeah.
And okay, no, we're not giving spoilers. Okay, so one thing for me is like anytime I'm watching a movie that is a movie or a series that's a drama, I have to know what happens at the end. Because I have to be able to spare myself like the anxiety or like the emotion that I feel leading up to that moment. Like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to this person? Because you know how they always like to make the person who's going to die, he always or she's always like, you know, really
your
good.
Favorite character.
Yeah, your favorite character. So, anyway, I was watching the Jazzman's Blues and I decided to read ahead while I was watching it with my husband to see what happened at the end. And it got me to thinking though, if you could read ahead on your life, would you do that? Because for me, like I said, I needed to read it. I had to read ahead so that I knew what was going to happen, because if I didn't read it, I was going to be full of emotion at the end. And I was going to be thinking about it for hours. Yeah. So, listen, if you could read ahead on your life, would you want to?
No, I wouldn't. I think it would bring about anxiety. Because if you can tell me like this is going to happen, but you don't tell me when it's going to happen, I'm going to be very anxious. I wouldn't. And I also feel like it'll take the excitement out of just not knowing. Because I feel like God, for me personally, he may give you glimpses of like where you're headed, but he's not going to give you, this is your plan for this year. Every day needs to look like this. You know what I mean? So it's still like I have this hope, like, okay, I know where I'm headed, but I don't know how the path may look. I don't know when it's going to happen. But if I knew all those details, I feel like my life would be kind of boring.
Yeah.
And I would be anxious.
My child, y'all. She young, sorry. Go ahead, so you be anxious.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would, because I would want to know, when is this happening? Is it happening in 2 years? Is it happening tomorrow? Like, I need more details. Because did it give you timestamps when you read?
No.
Yeah, like that.
It just gives you like the
what's
overview.
gonna happen. Yeah, I need to know when this stuff is gonna happen in my life if I got that. So I just would rather not have it, because I don't think I would get that.
I'm the same. I think it just would take the excitement out of it, because like I like the emotions, whether it's negative or positive, when I watch TV shows.
Yeah.
Like I personally like, oh man, and I think that's what makes something, I guess you can say, a good show or something, because it brings like those emotions out. Yeah. And also too, like the only way I would want to know what's gonna happen is if I had control of the situation. And like if I knew something was gonna happen and I can't control it, then you might as well just let me have it and I deal with it when it could.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
Look at mother like, yes.
Yeah. You know what? I think I would take the option, because for me, knowing what happens, say for the movie per se, knowing what happens at the end doesn't necessarily take away from the overall emotion that I feel, but it takes the sting away. It's like, okay, I know it's going to happen, so now I'm just like bracing for it. I'm enjoying like what happens or all the things that occurs like before this ending or whatever. But I have to know. So if I had the option to read ahead on my life, I probably would. If there's an overview, I don't know if I would need the details. But if you're going to tell me certain good and bad things that will happen, I think, yeah, it'll make me anxious. But I think sometimes we experience a level of anxiousness regardless. Like if you're leaving or living and certain things aren't happening the way that you want them to, it's like, well, dang, when is going to happen? If I had the ability to read and know that certain things are going to work out and certain things aren't, it doesn't take away from my journey. I just know how
So you don't think
Is
with
that
the
what y'all
bad things it would make you more anxious as to what, especially if we don't know when, like, oh my god, like you're waking up every day, like, oh, it could be today.
No, yeah, I think so. Yes, I think there's two parts. It could be like that, or could it give perspective? I know that eventually something's going to happen. This negative thing is going to happen. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I enact these positive things because I know that that's going to happen.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel, and maybe it's just because too, like, I just consume a lot of like information all the time. And it's just important for me. Like, I read and research everything. So I think maybe it's just my natural makeup just will want to, I just gotta know something.
Yeah.
See, and I don't think I would want to read ahead just because I feel like it wouldn't be authentic. Like, whatever if I would have read ahead for that movie, my initial reaction would have just been like, okay. Like, because I already knew that it was coming, where I was like, okay, like, for like an hour and a half, I was mad. But that was genuinely how I felt. I feel like if I would have known, or even in life, if there are certain things that I know is going to happen, I'm just going to, I know me, I would probably just coast. Like, okay, it's happening.
Exactly. I was gonna say it could also change how
Your
you go about navigating
Yeah.
in life if you knew. Just because, okay, especially like
It's gonna happen.
with the good.
That's how I
Like,
feel.
can we really appreciate the journey if we knew? Like,
Yeah.
you know what
For
I mean?
me, yeah, absolutely. I can appreciate it even if I knew. Absolutely. I think certain things I would prefer to know. Because had I known, I would have done it this way. Or I would have not done it that way.
So we do have control of the outcome.
You don't have control of the outcome, no, but certain things that you
could avoid, maybe?
whether you're avoiding it or whether you're embracing it more, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain things, if you know how it's going to be, it's like it builds an intention up with how
It's handled.
Okay. So for me, I think that and again, maybe it's just I think maybe it can be just about your makeup and how you are and how your personality is and how you are, whatever. But for me, again, it doesn't take away anything, because even when I was watching Jasmine's Blues, when I got to the end, I was still hot. I was still like, oh no, like blah, 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 blah. But I knew what was going to happen. I didn't know the details of it.
Yeah.
I just knew that somebody.
See, I would need details.
That this person wasn't gonna live. You know what I'm saying? But even watching Walking Dead, I had to know if I literally read on Walking Dead because I needed to know when each person wasn't gonna be there. You know, because if I didn't know, I was gonna be anxious the whole time. Like, oh my gosh, like, when is this gonna happen? Like, when is this gonna happen? And I don't like feeling like that.
Yeah.
Tell me.
See, and that's how I would feel if I knew.
If you knew, really?
Yeah. I'd be like,
it's just like you said though too. Like, sometimes like God gives us things we may not know when it's gonna happen or how, but just to prepare.
Yeah. I'll take the glimpse, but I don't want to know. I don't want to know everything. Like, you can let me know I'm on the right track. You can, because he showed Joseph, you know, where he was going to end up. But Joseph didn't know he was going to have to go through everything that he went through in order to get there.
Yeah.
So I'll take those types of things.
Yeah.
But as far as like,
the
I know
timeline.
No, I think that'd be too much for me. I'd be like, too much info, Jesus. Just
again, the overview. So reading the cliff notes, the highlight reels.
I feel like we get that.
Huh? I don't think we get that.
Oh yeah.
You don't think Jesus gives us stuff like that?
Periodically.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and that's fine for me. Like, I don't want, because you know you can read the cliff notes of books and you know exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't want that. But I think when we get glimpses, I'm good with that.
Yeah, no.
As long as I'm on the right track.
I'd rather for you to tell me.
and then when I'm in it,
so
it's peace.
On the negative side, because I would want to know maybe like the negative stuff so I can like, okay, I know avoid or even fix whatever it is within myself.
if it's not avoidable, if it's going to happen, you reading ahead means it's going to happen. It's already written.
Yeah,
so it's going to happen.
So just being prepared.
So it's about you and how you brace yourself.
Yeah,
gain your bearings.
Yeah.
Well, y'all let us know in the comments.
I would.
If you could read ahead on your life, would you? I think I'm alone when I say yes. These two say no. Do you agree with either party? Let us know in the comments.
Just show me my husband.
Listen.
No, you don't get that. You don't get cherry
Let me
pick.
get that glimpse.
You don't get cherry pick. It's either you know or you don't.
Let me get that glimpse.
No.
Look like.
But I'm gonna just keep it as is.
Yeah, no, I don't want to know. I want to be surprised, pleasantly surprised. I feel. But
well, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we will see y'all in the next video when we post, which will be next week.
That
bye.
sounds like an infomercial.
listen.
Bye. Y'all gonna say bye to them?
Bye.
Okay. Yeah, bye.
We love y'all.
Love you. If you take this medicine, you may have side effects.